Question number 8 from the book. This is November 2003, paper 1, question number 10. Find the value of x for fgx is equal to 7. So that means it's a composite function. Fgx. Fx is 2x minus 5. Whereas gx is 4 upon 2 minus x. The question says fgx, that means you need to substitute gx in the function of fx. So that means 2, 4 upon 2 minus x. This should be minus 5. So if we just solve this down, can we say fgx is equal to 8 upon 2 minus x minus 5, 2 minus x has become LCM. Fgx is equal to what? 7, because it is given in the question. So let's multiply 2 minus x. This should be 8 minus 5 to the is 10 minus minus plus 5x. So this should be 14 minus 7x is equal to minus 2 plus 5x. 14 plus 2 is equal to 5x plus 7x. 16 upon 7 plus 5 is 12. So x is 4 upon 3. So the ending value for first part becomes for fgx. That means x becomes what? 4 upon 3. So part 2. The question says express f inverse of x and g inverse of x. Fx is 2x minus 5. For f inverse of x, you will have to make sure that fx changes to y. You need to make x the subject plus 5 divide by 2, x is the subject. So this will be f inverse of x is equal to x plus 5 upon 2. Whereas your gx is 4 upon 2 minus x. You'll convert gx to y. You'll obviously multiply 2 minus x is equal to 4. 2y minus xy is equal to 4. Minus xy is equal to 4 minus 2y. Your minus will change the values. For 2y minus 4, x is equal to 2y minus 4 upon y. So the question was g inverse of x is equal to 2x minus 4 upon 4 upon y, not 4. Part 3 says, show that the equation f inverse of x and g inverse of x has no real root. So f inverse of x is equal to g inverse of x. And the question is no real root. That means from one point of time, you will understand that b square minus 4ac will be less than 0. So we know one thing, that considering that when I change my g inverse of x, this was 2y minus 4 upon y. So we shifted to 2x minus 4 upon x. So now that means 2x minus 4 upon x, where f inverse will be x plus 5 upon 2. So I have two equations that are there. We need to solve them. This should be x squared plus 5x is equal to 2, 4x minus 8. X squared plus 5x minus 4x plus 8 is equal to 0. X squared plus x plus 8 is equal to 0. Since the question said that no real roots, so that means b is 1, a is 1, and c is 8. So b square minus 4ac should be less than 0. So if we just write down 1 square minus 4, 1 and 8. So if you note that 8 fours becomes 32, 1 minus, so that means 31 is less than 0. So that means we have minus 31 which is less than 0. So that means this should be no real roots. Then it says part 4, sketch on the single diagram the graph of fx. So if we just sketch using the values, your 2x minus 5. So 2x minus 5 means that fx, if we substitute 0, we'll get minus 5. If we substitute 1, we'll get, if we substitute 1, we get what? Minus 3. If we substitute minus 1, we get what? So that means fx is equal to 2x minus 5. If we substitute 0, we should be getting what? Minus 5 only. Whereas if we substitute 1, we get what? 2 into 1, we'll be getting what? Minus 3. If we substitute minus 1, we should be getting what? 2 minus 1 minus 5. So f minus 1 is equal to minus 7. So these are the 3 points that we can have using what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. All the values are in negative. All the values are in negative. So when all the values are in negative, we can eventually write down as what? 0 and minus 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. This will be 0 minus 5. We had 1 and minus 3. We had minus 1 and minus 7. So if you note, your line of fx is going like this. Line of fx creating a straight line will be going like this. So when the line of fx goes like this, you need to understand that you need to convert it through what? Y is equal to x line. And your y is equal to x line will go from 0, 0 moving onwards. This will be y is equal to x. This will be y is equal to x. Suggesting that y is equal to x, line always goes from 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. The only thing that now you need to figure down is that your 0 and minus 5 will become minus 5 and 0. Your 1 and minus 3 will become minus 3 and 1. Your minus 1 and minus 7 will become minus 7 and minus 1. So somewhere here. So if we just draw a line using these two coordinates, if you note that it will intersect from the same point. So this will be your line representing what? This will be your line representing, this is fx. This can be written down as what? F inverse of x. And this is your y is equal to x line. So this was sketch for making the clear the relationship. The relationship is reflection in the line of y is equal to x. Question number 8 from the book, November 2003, paper 1, question number 10.